Mr. What is it? The he cut it now, right? The dread rat tail. He cut it.
I don't know when he cut it, but yeah.
He recently cut it. Yeah, man. But the dog D Bush, bro. So shout out to him, man. First off, guest of the show.
Yeah.
Dope interview, by the way. If you haven't checked that out, definitely go. That's one of the archives right there. You'll see startup from Moats and Deke, how he was vibing it back then, man. It was outside that day too for that interview, baby.
Where was that?
That was up in like Cranberry, because
you were doing something for radio, right?
Yeah, I had a speaking event for my book, and then afterwards, we had to set up for the interview. So we set up in the parking lot. It was a crazy vibe, right? So if you watch the video on that, you'll see we're in this like parking lot. I think I'm dressed up still in the video, yeah. So yeah, that was the interview with Devin Bush that we did. Was that a year ago? His rookie year. So 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been that long.
But with Devin Bush, for those that aren't aware, I don't know how you couldn't be. I was kind of like you. I really wasn't plugged in. I posted some pictures, but other than that, like I wasn't like checking it out. But clearly it made its way to me. Obviously it made its way to you, even on your little trip. But what was going on, Devin Bush essentially started tweeting erratic from what he typically tweets, like his normal style of tweeting. Some of it was song lyrics, some of it was just him tweeting to tweet. And then obviously the tweet that really, broke the internet, made the headlines, was a retweet that he did of a video of a cat falling. And ultimately, 20, 30 stories. You can imagine how that ended. If you haven't seen it, good. If you did see it, I feel bad for you. But obviously with the tweet, he had a little joking remark about it as well, trying to make light of it or whatever his thought process was. But clearly, as you can imagine, people went nuts. So I guess for me, man, my big thing was this. Number one, mentally, where were you at, right? Because it's been a couple of days for him now, especially since all that had transpired, where he was kind of just being really different, not tweeting how he normally tweets, not acting how he normally acts on social media. So that was like my first thought. But then after the fact, I'm like, dang, dude, are you hacked? Like, can we get some hacked action? Like something like that. And then to see that, a couple days later, nothing has really changed from what I've seen. Now, it could have changed since, 6 o'clock now? Since like noon, maybe? But yeah, from what I had seen, it was still kind of as is in terms of no new activity, but he didn't remove any of the other stuff that had really got people into a ruckus. So that was just, for me, my initial thought process with it. Like, mentally, where is he at? And then just like, dang, dude, all right. Everything has kind of played out. The biggest thing that people had reacted to, why you still got it up there? That was my thing, man. What about you though, bro?
Well, I have a little bit of a different take.
Alrighty, go ahead, man. Don't be shy, bro.
No, like,
because I like when we have different takes so we can have friendly banter, man.
Yeah, like I'm not out here endorsing the cat tweet. Like, I wouldn't post that, but like, honestly, I think through all of his tweets, he's kind of funny to me. Like, I think, if anything, I think he's making fun of Twitter as a whole, the social media landscape as a whole.
Okay.
He's doing whatever, and people are laughing about, or not laughing about it. Some people are.
Yeah. Some
people, I appreciate this type of humor. Not saying the cat video.
That is a part of it, though. So that's what I'm saying. Be careful.
Well, no. It goes back to your point. Obviously, he was trying to make a joke from it. Wasn't the best idea, but like comedians all the time, they try to take some chances with their jokes and whatnot. This one wasn't the best idea. It just wasn't. But everything else, I just think we got to lighten up a little bit with this, man. I get the other side of it. He represents the Steelers. Yeah. They're probably not too thrilled. If I was the Steelers, I don't think I'd be too thrilled either, because you don't know what he's going to tweet out now. And a lot of Steeler Nation,
right?
And a lot of Steeler Nation are reacting to his tweets in a certain way. So I'm sure that'll be talked about. It has been talked about. But see, and this is my point, dude.
Keep going, man.
Bush, dude, how he came out today, and this is what I was telling you earlier. He's back, dude. He's back. He has some tweets earlier today. So think of how everything just played out with him.
Okay.
The video and everyone's response flipping out at Bush. He comes out. He says, "Hold on. I got to."
I know
he's got a lot of tweets.
He turned off his comments, so you couldn't respond to him.
No.
Has he turned that back on now?
Yeah, comments are on.
Okay, comments are back on. Okay,
tweets were pretty good today.
Okay,
too. So he says, first one, he says, "Man, see, y'all done got me in trouble."
Yeah.
He says, "I got 2 tweets a day now, so I got to make it count or else."
Yeah.
He said, when it's all said and done, I'm going to figure out where Tupac moved to and buy a house next to his.
Okay.
How do you know if you were born on a leap year? And what does it mean? These are the best, though, right here. FYI, my mental health is at an all-time high.
Mm-hmm.
I took my test yesterday, and my test results were superior. Thank you for your concern. Because a lot of people are coming out with that, saying, like, I hope Devin Bush is okay.
Which is a fair thing to say.
A response to that, saying, I'm good, don't worry about me. Said my brain capacity was that of Albert Einstein, Isaac Newton, and Elon Musk. And he has a few more after that. Nothing too crazy. I think the one at the end here, though, I went over my limits today. Then boys sent me a fine. This one's a good one, actually. Right. About to head into my third workout of the day. Y'all still watching my tweets? That's great.
I mean, I'm glad that, you laugh at it and make light of it, but the big deal is you can't just say, I'm going to isolate that one tweet and not think about that while still laughing at the other stuff. It all is a part of the same family. So I think for me, is it a big deal that he's tweeting? No, not at all. But it is a big deal when you represent the Pittsburgh Steelers. It is a big deal when you're 10 months away from them having to decide on your 5th-year option. It is a big deal when right now we've been talking about this more than your play on the field. Because when it comes to his play on the field, what has he given us to make us feel 100% confident in his ability just yet? We talked about the first year he struggled. We said the second year struggled at the beginning, then got hurt. We haven't even seen him establish himself just yet. And when you do these type of things, when you create the off-field issues, one of the things that Coach Tomlin would tell Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell and Martavis Bryant every single day, every time we had an issue, right? And we obviously everything came out after the fact, but we would deal with this every single day. You know what they would say? Coach Tomlin would say, man, look, as long as the productivity outweighs the distraction, I'm cool. I won't say anything. But when the productivity is down here, but the distraction is up here, that's when it's an issue. And right now, that is the case. Because with Devin Bush, even though we feel like he's going to grow and become a really good player, right now, he hasn't shown that he is that. Now, we know he has the potential to be that. But ultimately, man, when you're thinking about a guy who needs to show a big jump this year, you don't want to have to deal with this type of stuff during the offseason. And that's the big thing. The video itself, obviously, it was tasteless, right? You don't joke about that type of stuff. It just wasn't a good look. And then after the fact, you move it or you don't move it. But either way, it just wasn't a good look. I mean, we saw Michael Vick go to prison behind dogs. I mean, we know people are serious when it comes to their animals and their love for that. And I'm not even a cat person. But it's just not cool. Like you said, you wouldn't even post that, right? So if you're this organization, though, and you're factoring all of these decisions, how do you feel like that weighs in when you're thinking about Devin Bush going forward? You're not going to be as confident. You're going to feel a little bit, you're going to be questioning his judgment, his maturity going forward. That's not what you want to deal with. Remember, we talked about those same things with AB, right? Not to the same extent, but the reports have come out that during those early years, he would show little signs and stuff where he's like, bro, that's not cool. Bro, that's not, I don't like that right there. And it kind of got under the rug. And then before you know it, blew up into something bigger. Not saying that would happen with Devin, but that's why for me, because I was able to see those things firsthand, that I don't take it as lightly because I know how it's a slippery slope, man.
Because what I'm thinking is season happens. We're not caring about this stuff at all. I think he's going to ball out. He's going to have a good season.
If he's balling out, you don't care about it. If he looked like how he looked against, Noah Fant, you would care about it.
This tweet, I'd be looking back on this tweet.
No, I'm just saying the way that not even the tweet, but the way that we're having to talk about his Twitter activity. If that's going on during the season and he's not playing well, do you really think we're going to be sitting here acting like the tweets don't matter? It will be like JuJu in the TikTok situation. When JuJu, is TikTok dancing that big of a deal? Absolutely not. But when his play wasn't being as well, he wasn't being as productive, right? Then the team started to lose, but yet we're still seeing him post the video and we're still having to answer those questions. It became a big deal. And that's all I'm saying with Devin, with his social media. If his play isn't up to par and the social media activity continues like that, then yes, that will become a bigger deal.
Well, that's my thing, is activity. Outside of the cat video, like what is there? I don't know. I think he's
okay. You got the explicit, right? The FUCK that he tweeted out there. That's not a good representation of your team. You also have the indirect shot towards JuJu and Claypool. Now, granted, they responded and they got settled, but clearly it was enough that he felt the need to respond to them directly, right? At them. That's another, like, dude, that's unnecessary. That's all I'm saying. It's no different. Remember when Martavis Bryant on draft night, right? Pittsburgh Steelers draft JuJu Smith-Schuster. What does he tweet? Boy, that boy here for Sammy Coates. Big deal after that, right? Everything gets blown up again after that. Those are the things. It's subtle, but you have to be careful with it. It's a slippery slope. And when you just continue to just say, oh, it's all right, it's Devin, it's cool, you enable these people. And when you enable them, that's when it becomes bigger than that. And that's how it gets out of hand. That's all I'm saying.
That's what I'm wondering. I don't know what's necessarily out of hand with it right now.
Dude, did you see the cat video?
That's what I said, the one video.
If that is enough, that is enough. That's all I'm saying. It's like, oh, he just was the cat video. It's kind of like if you watch the person die. Oh, it was just one person that died. It wasn't like it was two. It still is enough. That's not cool. Vic with the dog situation, right?
Wait, so what are we going to do about it? Are we just going to cut Devin Bush?
I'm not saying you cut Devin Bush, but what I'm saying is this, the lightheartedness in terms of it not having significance, I think from a fan's perspective, cool. Organizationally, not cool. Organizationally,
I agree with
it needs to be different. Yeah,
well, that's my thing.
And that's how I'm speaking. Yeah,
I'm talking from my perspective.
Right.
Where it's
I'm
just like,
from
I don't really, I
right.
think it's actually crazy.
Yeah.
It's absurd, actually, we're having this conversation.
Yeah.
About why do people care this much?
Well, I mean, one, it's animal abuse is not cool.
Well, no, here's my point is that video has existed for how long and no one has given a shit.
But no,
all of a sudden he retweets
you retweeting it and making your comment is an endorsement of it, is it not?
I don't know if he's I thought he was trying to make a joke or be funny with it.
So if you tried to make a joke and be funny, but you found out it wasn't a joke, it wasn't funny.
Why do you leave it then? I don't think that's endorsing animal abuse.
I feel like you're endorsing the tweet itself, though. If you make light of it, it's no different if you saw a person get murdered, right? And you put up there, well, shoot, I ain't got to worry about him being in front of me at the next stoplight. What do you think? Is that an endorsement?
I think that's a different scenario.
Why? What's the difference, though?
It's all different.
But what's the difference, though?
It goes scenario by scenario.
What is the difference?
About a human person getting murdered.
But what's the difference between watching the cat fall to his death?
Dude, all I'm saying... No, here's my point. Society has allowed that cat video to exist for how long?
Okay.
Probably had so many retweets, so many comments, whatever it is about it. So
because it's allowed, does that make it acceptable?
I'm not saying that one way or another. I don't really like the cat video that much. What I find funny is once he posts it, all of a sudden everyone's in an uproar about it. That's what makes it funny to me.
Because it was him. Anybody, Deke, you could have put it out there and no one's going to trip, but your platform isn't the same.
And
people don't look at you the same. Your responsibility isn't the same. And that's why it's no different if Mr. Rooney were to tweet something that you tweeted out. If Mr. Rooney tweets out, man, I got that big Deke energy today. It's not a bad thing.
Would be wise.
But how do you feel like, how you think that would look if Mr. Rooney tweeted that out, right? Both of y'all are people. Both of y'all is just social media. But you can see because of his position, it holds a little bit more significance. And that's the big thing. That's the part that I'm just trying to talk about right there.
No, I agree. Because the Steelers organization, I talked about at the beginning, you might be concerned about a little bit. You definitely would be. And it goes back to a bunch of stuff that you were saying earlier of weighing your options. And I think Devin Bush needs to weigh his options too. About like you can keep tweeting like this as much as you want. And like for me, like I was telling you, I don't really care. Right. Some of this shit's funny to me. But all of a sudden, if the Steelers are saying like, hey, bro, you can't be doing this anymore. We're going to rethink some things about your future going forward.
Or you think about off-field endorsements, right?
Sure.
You got to weigh all that. Do I want to deal with that? Because we know who bags animals. It's this big bad gang called PETA. We don't want problems with PETA. We don't want problems with that. Nobody wants problems with PETA, baby. But that is what happens. It's like it's like you said, it's freedom of speech. He can tweet it all he wants, but just understand the ramifications down the line. And I don't want fans, right? Specifically, people like you who don't view it as a big deal right now, but a year from now, if the team decides like, yo, we don't want to deal with this, then y'all get this uproar of, well, how are you going to move on from Devin? This is crazy. But this is the type of stuff that goes into those decisions. That's all I'm saying, man.
I think the cat video is a one-off, though.
I'm hoping so, but it doesn't seem like it was a one-off. The cat video in terms of just the video, sure, but the style of tweets, the erraticness of it, the kind of, like you said, it was definitely different from what he's typically tweeted out and stuff like that. But just his style of tweeting, the language he was using and stuff like that, like it's not a good look for the organization. It's not.
Because people are paying more. But this is my ultimate point. Like, just take the cat video away.
Okay.
People, he did bring up the whole thing about TikTok. I kind of get that, but at the same time, like, that was hilarious. Let's be real.
Okay,
the
I
TikTok
agree.
thing.
But we also not going to act like it doesn't directly impact the people on your team, because it was only one team.
Though. Does it really?
It was only one team in the NFL that had people on TikTok, right? That really got talked about. It was only one team that had grown men on TikTok that really got talked about. That was the biggest reason why he even felt the need to at both of them publicly. You noticed that, right?
Well, that's my question. Does it really? Because it seemed like it was way more jokingly, like how the back and forth was.
Well, this is my thing. And we talked about this last time. I don't think that that's a big thing in terms of significance. But when you're looking at whole picture, right? When you're looking at that scenario, now this incident, now it might be this next time. What if it's that? That's a pattern. That's the difference in it. That's what I'm saying.
He's gonna have to make that decision. Right. I'm sure, because I'm sure the Steelers are going to talk to him if they haven't already, and that's going to be on him then. It's going to be like, okay, do I keep tweeting like this, which in my opinion maybe is harmless, but with the Steelers thinking this way, how's this going to affect my money down the line? Whatever it is,
I mean, because
you got to make those decisions.
All of us, well, the majority of us, right, we work for somebody. We have a boss. If we were at our job, or not our job, and we just felt like, we'll post this on our own social media during our own free time, how do you think your boss will react to that? That's the real question, right? We've seen people, we called it cancel culture, right? Where a person might say something racist on their social media. They feel like because it's their platform, they can't get in trouble. And then before you know it, the social media mob has got to their bosses. And before you know it, that person's fired and it's going to struggle to ever get another job. Like, that does happen with regular people, not just athletes, with regular people. So even though it is your social media, even though you feel like you can do whatever, just please be a little bit more aware of the surroundings. Be a little bit more aware of the room right now, man. This isn't a good time to be tweeting out reckless stuff. Not even reckless, but just like that, because it's a dead time, period. First off, July, nothing really goes on, right? So it becomes even more of a headline. It's not like you got a game coming up next weekend that makes people easily forget about it either. So that's another reason.
That's why his last tweet was amazing.
I agree.
That was amazing. I agree. Y'all are looking at my tweets. I just did my third workout. That's hilarious.
But it's only hilarious right now. It's not hilarious if it's another tweet that comes out that isn't funny, right? That might be another offensive thing.
But why can't we separate the specific tweets? Like,
I mean, I'm just saying, it's a pattern. It's a pattern, bro. It's kind of like, okay, this team is perfect if you take away these 4 losses. Well, you can't take away the 4 losses. So it plays a part of that story. So I can't talk about this team without talking about those 4 losses. Right now, I can't talk about Devin Bush without having to talk about that. I can't remove it.
What's like the solution then?
I just think the biggest thing is for Devin, man. If you want to tweet song lyrics, because some of it was song lyrics, and I know a lot of people didn't realize that initially, but it's like, if you want to tweet song lyrics, that's cool. You know how to make it family friendly on social. You don't got to go all the way there with some of the reckless stuff. Cool. But other than that, like, I'm not tripping on the rest of it. It's just understand you represent the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, as lighthearted as you want to make it, as lighthearted as anybody else want to make it in terms of it being social media, you still are a representation of the Pittsburgh Steelers. And that has to mean something. So if you can't handle social media without that, then maybe you shouldn't be on social media.
He's open to deleting the account. He's made that right. That's what I mean, dude. He's like, I'm telling you, he's pretty funny with this stuff, man. Like it's like he's almost trolling like the whole social media culture, Twitter culture, where everyone takes shit so damn serious. But I get it. Yeah. That's what I mean. If you're the Steelers, I understand how you could be concerned, or you don't want tweets being sent out, or Devin Bush tweeting out certain things, because Steeler fans are going to react a certain way, and they're going to come at the Steelers organization. And just you don't want the negative talk surrounding that type of stuff. That could be avoided. I get it. I get it. But
we'll go to the chat real quick, man, because it's going nuts, as you can imagine. Absolutely. All right. So first off, Michael Patrick McCracken. Shout out to you. I love his name, by the way, man. It's like a very strong name, Michael Patrick McCracken. So what he says is this, though, and we appreciate you as well, man, your support. He says, what gets me in this, when a team underachieves and after the season says next year we will be more focused going into that season, and as a fan we see these type of things continue, I guess it pisses them off. I could definitely understand that, because we do hear that all the time, right? Team plays bad, team underperforms, like how he said, and it's always next year is our year. Next year we locked in, no excuses. But yeah, you do still got to deal with this type of, stuff in the off season. So yeah, I could definitely share that sentiment. And then he also says, you see JuJu doing dances or AB stirring the pot, and now Devin Bush tweeting makes you just seem unfocused, and the next year thing is just really irritating.
I think the JuJu TikTok's different than this though, because JuJu had way more. It felt like more of a direct correlation to the two teams that were going on the field in that moment. Whereas this, how is this motivation for the other team?
Like
whereas the other thing was
no. I don't care about the motivational element. I look at it like JuJu seems more of a maturity issue, whereas with Devin, it's more so like, where are you at where you think that's cool to put out there? You know what I'm saying? More so just the video. Like, that's the real focusing part. Because it wasn't even like the video was out there and he removed it. Now, I'm hoping that... I know the tweet... I'm about to say, because I know yesterday I was still able to see it. His tweet was still there, but the video at least had been removed by the original person. Gone. But for me, my biggest issue was, how many days have gone by and you've clearly seen the reaction wasn't what you thought it should be? Why are you going to tweet more but not remove that tweet? That to me says more about him. And that's the part where I'm like, that's not cool. With JuJu, we're talking about dancing. That's cool. You can make a case of old versus young. TikToking is an important locker room material motivation. That's fine. When you start talking about an endorsement of that type of video, though, because when you retweet plus the comment and you leave it up there through all of this, regardless of how you want to say it, it's an endorsement. That's not a good look. It's not.
Endorsement of what? That's my question.
Of the video? What do you mean of what? What's in the video?
I don't think he.
What's in the video,
dude?
What do you call it if it's not an endorsement? I can assure you he wasn't going. He wasn't outraged by it.
I think he was just trying to make a joke. I don't think it was an endorsement of like, hey, I want to see cats die. I don't think that was it.
But no, this is my thing though. So once you realize you're trying to make a joke, and you realize, yo, this joke fell flat. It ain't going where I thought it was going to go. Like, it's a divide. It's clearly 50-50, right? And kind of like how we're talking about it. Like, it's not terrible, but it's not a good thing either. You're kind of like in the middle with it, right? But either way, once you've seen the reaction to that, what purpose does it serve to leave it up there? That's, I guess, because
the video is gone now. So that's what I mean. I don't think it matters. But the tweet's still
there, though. You can still see what he was saying. We all know what the video was. So does it really change? But that's my question.
But
that's my question to you.
Why does it matter? Because we already all know what he said.
But why is it acceptable to leave it up there then? Huh? So why leave it up there?
Why take it down if everyone already knows what you said?
It's kind of like if you kill somebody, right? And then you say, I don't care. Or if you kill somebody, you're like, yo, I'm remorseful. I messed up. I made a mistake. Which one do you think is better?
What if he? Hold on.
Which one do you think is better?
Here's my point. It almost goes back to
it is life and death, right?
It goes back to a comedian type of thing, man. It's like you make a joke,
okay,
it doesn't go the right way,
and we've seen how many comedians come back and apologize.
That's my question, though. If you're trying to make a joke, like, you don't necessarily apologize for trying to make the joke.
Plenty of them have apologized.
You apologize for like, hey, sorry, you guys took this the wrong way. Yeah. That's what it is.
So maybe he's not. But he hasn't even shown any remorse. That's the thing. That's what we're saying.
My question is, should he though?
You think he shouldn't?
Over what? Him tweeting that out?
Yeah, you don't think that was? Dude, all right.
I don't endorse the tweet. No, but he was obviously trying to make a joke. He's not endorsing cats dying.
He just owned it, man.
He was trying to make a joke about it.
All right.
You don't think that's all he was trying to like? Why should he apologize necessarily?
Because it's not tasteful. It's not a good look. It's offensive to people. It's no different when we talk race and stuff like that, right? Even though a person could feel like they didn't do anything wrong, even though they can feel like this is norm for our culture, because it's offensive to someone else, a large portion of someone else. That's why. That's why. It's that simple. It doesn't matter if you're right or wrong. If you're offending someone, no different if I offend you doing something, right? And to me, I'm like,
who's this offending? Wait, who is this? I'm actually being serious. Who is this offending?
Stop, bro.
Wait, who is this offending? That video.
You're right.
It's not in good taste. I wouldn't post. Who's it offending though?
Okay. Cool.
Why should who's outraged by this?
Hey, seeing a cat fall to your death is
no. Who's taking this video specifically so personally?
It's cool, bro.
That they should be so offended.
It's cool, bro. It's cool.
When it's been around for so long.
What does that mean? It's been around for so long. If that was your first time seeing it, it's no different than reading the Bible, right? The Bible's been around for decades. You know how many people will pick it up and say, I never knew this was here.
No. Why didn't the countless people that have seen the video before Why wasn't this deleted or talked about before this?
Well, maybe it was. Just because you weren't aware of the conversation doesn't mean it wasn't talked about. That's what I'm saying. Just because think about this. We've talked about even with like coronavirus, right? How with certain things that would happen and we would see it in a press conference and you wouldn't even know because you're not aware of, like, you weren't watching in that moment. Does that make it any less right or wrong just because you weren't aware? No, it still is there. It's still a fact. Just because you weren't aware. So just because you didn't know the cat video wasn't out before or you didn't hear about it doesn't make it any less right or wrong. It just makes that you weren't aware of it. That's it.
Dude, I just don't know. I just don't know who's taking this personally. I thought you was about to
cry when you did that.
No, my throat's kind of jacked up. I just don't know who's taking this video personally and why people
I just feel like
are getting offended by it.
So why did people take when Michael Vick had the situation with the dogs? Why did they take that personally?
See, this is for me, it's another different scenario.
I'm just like, why?
Huh?
Why?
Why? Well, that's another question. Like, why are they taking it personally?
Yeah,
I don't know, because that was Vic's life. I mean,
it was his dogs, right? It wasn't like it was your dog or their dog. It was his dogs, right? Why was it so serious?
So yeah, this is a different thing. The cat, be straight up, the cat did it to himself. This is humans doing it to dog. Like, it's different.
Did you just say the cat?
I'm just being straight up. It's different. It's like a freak accident. Whereas like with Vic and the dogs, it's just different scenarios, completely different scenarios. We don't value what Vic did to dogs. The cat was a freak scenario. That was it.
All right, I can respect it, baby. I can respect the difference of opinions, man.
Yeah, like I said, I don't.
Hey, no, it's all.
I don't think the video was. It's not something I'd be posting or anything. I just don't know why the outrage randomly. I get it, it's because he's on the Steelers. That's it. That's it.
I don't feel like that's it. I feel like this could have been if it was Josh Allen.
The guy that posted the video had a blue check mark, and before Devin Bush,
that's fine. That's fine.
Retweeted. There's nothing about it.
I mean, you're trying to justify the action, but the action is still bad. So it doesn't. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's cool that you're trying to, but when you bring up, well, this person and that person and that person, it still doesn't make it right that Devin did what he did.
I never said it was good. I never said it was a mistake or not. I don't think you should have to apologize.
But this is what I'm saying. You're trying to justify it by bringing up these things. Well, the blue check mark by this guy, or the video was out here before this. How does that justify?
I'm not justifying it. I already said I wouldn't do it, or I thought it was a mistake. I don't think you should have to apologize for it, though. People make mistakes.
Okay.
So who's he apologizing? Wait, who's he apologizing for? That's my question.
That he offended.
Like who though? That's my other question.
So Peter, you don't think Peter was offended?
Why? Wait, why are they offended?
They're an animal support group. They support animals. That's their whole purpose in life. Do you know how you're passionate about Big Ben and you love Big Ben to death? That's how they feel about animals. So you know how, like, if I come up here and I say Big Ben is the 4th best quarterback in the division, you would go nuts, dude. That's how they feel about animals.
He should apologize to
cats.
I'm
just saying,
that would be it.
In general, like, yo, you don't have to apologize to anyone specific. You're like, yo, I messed up. My bad for anyone that I offended. It doesn't have to just be a specific person. Like, are you? It's all good, bro. We ain't tripping, man.
I just don't know why someone would take it personally. Like, it's
all good.
What does a cat freak accident have to do?
It's all good. It's not the freak accident. But when you have the freak accident,
I'm saying with someone being offended.
So think about this though, Deke. Think about this. Say you have a mother, right?
Yeah.
So say your mother passed away in a freak accident, right? She fell out of the apartment complex, right? Freak accident. And it was a video of it. And I retweet the video and I say, dang, bro, I thought Deke mom could land on her feet. How would you feel?
Dude, I'm being honest with you.
How would you feel?
It's more on you than me, dude. I'm being serious.
Okay, so how would the next person feel? How would your father feel? How would your brother feel? How would your
sister? That's on them to feel a certain way.
But people, it's safe to assume that people would be offended by it, correct?
Sure, but again, this is a different scenario, dude.
How is it different? You just said it was a freak accident.
Now we're talking about human life versus.
I got what you're saying. You value human life over animals, and I do as well. But still, the animal life is still important. That's all I'm saying.
I agree. It was distasteful. Yeah. I agree, but I just don't. Like I said, I don't know who he needs to apologize to.
It's all good, man. We're gonna talk about our friends at Manscape. You know, it's that time of the show.
Yeah.
I mean, every once in a while, because they're good friends of the show. We always try to show them love. They show us love, and we can show everybody else love because they show us love. So I like when it's that love affair like that. I mean, it's a happy place that we're in right now, man. But more importantly, with Manscaped, we know it's hot guy summertime. Okay, we're in July. It's July, so we know in hot guy summer we got to be ready to perform, and the only way we can perform, Deke, we got to use the Performance Package 4.0. Not the 3.0 anymore, D. The 3.0 is old. We can't use 3.0. It's 4.0 time. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, you always got to make advancements in life, right?
I mean, isn't that what we're always trying to do, D?
Yeah.
And we got taco meat, D, too. So you can see, and it's nicely groomed, too. You can see you take care of it. That's Manscaped right there,
got a lot of compliments over the 4th.
I want to compliment. It looks nice, man.
Thanks.
Shout out to you for that. But when you talk about the Performance Package 4.0, what comes in it, you might ask me? The Lawnmower 4.0, that new trim, we talked about it. Bad Mama Gemma, light go on and off. You don't nick. It's perfect. Perfect for the delicate twins. Also, you got the Crop Reviver, the Ball Refresher. You always want to keep those things refreshed and revived. Can never be too sure about that. But also the Manscaped briefs and the cool travel bag, which I might add. The briefs are comfy.
Yeah.
And the travel bag is very convenient. I must say that.
Yeah, they hit it from every angle, honestly.
I mean, you can't go wrong with that at all. And with that being said, since they hit it from every angle, we're going to hit it from every angle. And what angle are we forgetting? Promo code, which is MOATS. Use promo code MOATS. Receive 20% off plus free shipping. Free shipping and 20% off? I mean, does it get better than that?
I don't think it does.
I mean, unless we were doing it just free, but we can't go free. I mean, nobody goes full free. You can't do that.
No, we live in an economy. We have businesses out here. Yeah.
We're supporting the market, though.
Yeah.
But promo code MOATS, 20% off, free shipping as well. It's that simple, lady. Manscaped.com. And trust me, your delicate twins will thank you.